Kirsty or _diamond painter. Welcome to my channel. This is the first time that I am doing a WIP chat, so we shall see how it goes. I'm not very good at concentrating on one thing whilst talking. Multitasking, doing two things at the same time, normally fine with, but if I have to talk at the same time as doing one of them, it just doesn't work. So if you see any weird cuts, or all of a sudden I've made a lot of progress, it's probably because I've just been sat here not saying anything for quite a long time. So I am working on the Hogwarts Crest Fine Oddities canvas by Diamond Art Club. We have this little bit with some facts on there for you. And I'm about here-ish, so very near the beginning. I'm going to be using the Diamond Art Club pen. I believe this one is the Jelly Berry one, not sure. I've got the standard wax in the single placer, and then also the Diamond Art Club stainless steel tip. I have got Crafting Cat UK putty. The one I am using is this one, Believe in Magic. Very appropriate for the theme. It smells quite fruity. I really like this one. I've also got my Trash Drill cauldron container, which I got a couple of years ago from Bella Art de Nicole. They do a lot of 3D printed accessories. They are also the trays that I'm going to be using, which are in a tower, out of shot, obviously. And then any that aren't in my tower, I will be using my event tray, also from Bella Art de Nicole. Absolutely love these. This is the small one, but I got it in small, large, and their max tray. This is the 3.1, so it's got the spout on the end. There is a stopper, but I do not know where I've put it. Obviously it slides off. So this is 3.1 design. They do it in their 2.0 design, or 2.1, not sure which version, 2 point something. So you don't have the spout on the end, you have a little spout to pour out of the corner. And they also do it in all of their grid trays, so you can get the grids on here instead of your standard lines. So that is everything that I'm going to be using, I think. Oh, and the release paper I am using at the moment is always from Bee's Crafty Corner. So I've got some themed questions based on Harry Potter, obviously, as this is the Wizarding World DP along. So I've got some Harry Potter themed questions that I'm going to ask. If you want to answer any of them in the comments, feel free to, or if you want to do like a reaction video and answer them yourself, absolutely go ahead and do that too. And then I've also got a few stats about the event. I'm the kind of person that loves spreadsheets and loves statistics. So I've got a few fun ones like the most popular canvas and how many different canvases people are doing, or how many different canvas designs are being done for the event. I know what I mean, you'll see later on. I also just wanted to quickly say thank you so much to everyone that is participating or even interacting with any of the posts and things like that that are going on. This is the first event that I've hosted within the community, and I am so thrilled by the response so far, so thank you so much everyone. Okay, let's actually start working on this. I told you I can't do two things at once. So the first question is, what house are you? I am in Gryffindor, which is what I got put in when I did the Pottermore test online. But a kind of little fun fact, the very first original Pottermore actually gave me the choice between Gryffindor and Slytherin. So I answered all the questions, and then at the very end it was like, which do you prefer, Gryffindor or Slytherin? I chose Gryffindor, because I was young and was like, oh yes, I want to be in Harry's house. As I'm sure many people did at the time. So I was obviously putting Gryffindor then. And then when they got rid of that original Pottermore, which I was really sad about, by the way. That was such a fun website to go on. And they changed it to Wizarding World, I think it is now. When you transferred your account over, it gave you the option to retake the test. Being a lot older, I was like, yeah, sure, let's see if my house has changed. It hadn't. It just put me straight into Gryffindor. So I am absolutely a Gryffindor now. No arguing that, I guess. So the next question is, what is your favourite book? I would say my favourite book is probably Goblet of Fire. There's just so much detail in the book that obviously isn't in the films, as with many films that are made from books. Especially big ones. Like, it's a lot of content to put into, what, a 2-hour film. Probably also why a lot of films now are going into 2 parts. Completely off topic though. So yes, my favourite book is Goblet of Fire. Although it's actually my least favourite film. Whether that's because of everything that's been taken out, I don't know, I just find it very kind of... I don't know. It's just my least favourite film. Which leads into the next question of, what is your favourite film? Again, another tough one. It's very close between 2. But I think I'm going to have to go with Order of the Phoenix as my favourite. There's just so much action in it. It's got a lot of light, a lot of dark kind of scenes. Oops. Nearly spilled those. Yeah, so it's got a lot of light and a lot of dark scenes. It's kind of the first time you really see Harry experiencing the different emotions as well, rather than just kind of going along with what's happening. So yeah, I quite like that one as my favourite. Very closely followed by Half-Blood Prince, which, I mean, is amazing, isn't it? Can't really argue that. So the 5th question is, which Deathly Hallow would you choose? Oh, I mean, is that a hard question, really? Like, I do not like conflict, so I am not going to be choosing the Elder Wand, because that's just going to bring trouble straight to me when I really don't want it. And as much as I would love to see my loved ones again, I just don't trust the Resurrection Stone, you know? It just, something about it, it's a bit dodgy. So I would have to go with the Invisibility Cloak, which, I mean, is going to be great fun anyway. Like, so many pranks that you could pull with that. So yes, Invisibility Cloak. What was the next one? Which Quidditch position would you play? Do I have to pick one? Can I pick being a spectator? I'm not a massive sporty person, or not anymore anyway. I definitely would not be a keeper. I would run away from the ball or the quaffle as it was thrown at my face. I would not want to run towards it, fly towards it. Kind of same for seekers, nope. Kind of the same for chasers. Like, I know you're passing the ball to each other, passing the quaffle to each other, sorry. But again, it's still being thrown at quite a high speed towards my face, which I would not like. So if I had to pick out the 3, it would be Seeker, purely because I could just fly around on my own, chilling until I saw the snitch, and then just hope for the best that I didn't have any interactions with any bludgers. So if I had to pick, I would pick a spectator, but yeah, otherwise I would go with Seeker. Have you read and or been to see The Cursed Child play? Yes, to both, actually. I read the script when it was first released, whenever that was. I honestly can't remember. I wasn't a massive fan of the story, which I know a lot of people weren't. I won't spoil or anything if you've not seen or read it. But yeah, I just thought they were kind of not plot holes, but it just didn't seem like it followed on from the actual story, considering it was meant to be canon. This is actually what happened after, kind of thing. But then I was very, very lucky to be able to go and see the play a couple of months ago now. I knew even reading it that I still wanted to go see it, even though I didn't particularly like the story, because I know it's written as a script, it's not a book. So there's going to be so many things that are only kind of, they don't translate properly in the book when you're reading it, if that makes sense. It's made to be acted. But I did not want to pay the prices that the tickets are. They're very expensive. But there is what's called a Friday 40 competition. So every week you can enter in, it's free to enter into a lottery draw. And then they pick 40 people each week and you can buy tickets for £40. So 40 people win tickets for £40. And my brother was very lucky to win that a couple of months ago now. And obviously, I did say if he ever were to win it, then he has to take me. That's the unwritten rule. So we went to see it, and it is absolutely amazing. And still, the actual story itself, I'm still like, I don't know if it was kind of, yeah, a little bit weird. But the performance and the actors, all of the kind of special effects on stage, absolutely amazing. And I would 100% recommend going to see it if you're kind of on the fence about whether to or not. It is very long though. I know they've got it in quite a few different places, but the London one is still the only one that is in 4 acts. So you go in just after lunch, I think it was about 2-3 o'clock, for acts 1 and 2, and then you leave the theatre for a couple of hours and then go back in the evening for acts 3 and 4. Whereas the ones in, I think it's New York and Tokyo, they've been cut down to 2 acts, I believe. So whereas the London one is about 5.5 hours in total. The ones in the rest of the world, I think, are 2.5 hours, possibly 3 hours. Something, they're a lot shorter anyway. So it was nice to see. Would absolutely go and see it again, but I still would not pay full price for it. So similar thing for the next question. Have you been to the studios? I have, quite a few times. So these are the Warner Brothers studios in Leavesden, or London, I guess. I think I've been 7 or 8 times now. They are amazing. I mean, it's all obviously the original sets. It's where they actually filmed everything. And I've been in quite a few of their different events. So different times of the year, they will do different things. So like, I think it's mid-November or the start of November till the end of January, they do what's called Hogwarts in the Snow. So the actual Hogwarts model is completely covered in snow, funnily enough. They put snow all over Diagon Alley, and then quite a few of their other sets are all Christmassy. Whoops. The Great Hall is decorated as it is for Christmas during the films. it just looks really, really pretty. They do their dark arts event over Halloween time. I think it runs September and October, or it might be like mid-September till whenever the Hogwarts in the Snow starts. Then they decorate it Halloween-like, so how all the pumpkins are in the Great Hall, they have all those in there. They have Death Eaters just kind of wandering around the studios, which is a little bit creepy at times, but it's an amazing experience. And when I went for that event as well, they taught you how to battle a Death Eater. So the bridge is in their kind of, they call it the backlot area. There's a little outside bit with some of their bigger sets. And they had 3 or 4 Death Eaters on the bridge, and there was a load of us lined up on the other side of it. And we were all just kind of in a one battle with them, which was, it was quite fun. Yeah, love that. And another very similar question, have you been to Universal Studios? I haven't. Obviously I'm not in the US, so getting over there and going to the studios is quite costly. It's not something that I can afford to do right now. I would absolutely love to do it though. So maybe one day, but I can't see it happening anytime soon, unfortunately. But have any of you guys been? Let me know what it's like. What are your favourite rides? Is it the Hagrid one? I don't know what it's called. Everyone says that one's probably the best one there. Okay, so question 10. Is Dumbledore good or evil? Interesting question. Oh, that's a tough one. I'd say good intentions for wanting to save the world, but he doesn't really think of anyone but himself, in a way. So it's like he is doing what he thinks is good, but it's not necessarily good for everyone. That was a really cop-out answer, wasn't it? But that's what I'm gonna go with. So next one, favourite Marauder. It's gotta be Ramus. He's great, isn't he? Yeah, nice short one. I'll go with Ramus. Number 12, which lesson would you love to take? Another tough question. I didn't think these would be so hard to answer. I would say either Charms or Transfiguration. Charms is just, there's so much you can do with it. Like so many little simple things that will just make day-to-day life easier. But then also the same kind of applies with Transfiguration. And also that's just fun, isn't it? Just, oh, I want this to be a cup instead of a rug, and then you've got a cup. Like, it's, I don't know, yeah, Charms or Transfiguration. Number 13, what would your boggart be? A spider. Absolutely no doubt about it, it would be a spider. And I probably would not be able to defeat it either. Number 14, what's your Patronus? Well, according to Pottermore, my Patronus is a St. Bernard dog. So make of that what you will. I can't remember what the write-up about it was, but there we go. If I had to pick my Patronus, I would quite like it to be a cat. I love cats, they're great. Number 15, what is your favourite, I'll start again. What is your favourite fan theory? God, that was a tough one to read. My favourite fan theory. Okay, so this is something I read a very long time ago, so I can't remember all the details of it, but I do remember it being really interesting and something, so I was like, oh, actually, that's quite cool. So it's based on the fact that Dumbledore is actually deaf, and then Harry, Snape and Voldemort represent the 3 Deathly Hallows. So Voldemort is the Elder Wand, because he wants power. Obviously he wants to destroy the world and take over. So he is the Elder Wand. Snape is the Resurrection Stone, because all he cares about is Lily and protecting Lily's child. And obviously there's the whole always thing where he's still loves her and everything like that. And then Harry's the Invisibility Cloak. So he just wants to be normal. Like, he just wants to live a normal life, not have all of this attention on him. So they're the 3 Hallows, and then Dumbledore is controlling all of them. Like, he's controlling everything Snape does, because Snape is doing whatever he tells him to. He's controlling Harry, because obviously he's giving him the bare minimum clues and things like that. And then, in a way, he's also controlling Voldemort, because he's the only person that Voldemort is generally scared of. And kind of won't confront or things like that. There's also the fact that Dumbledore was there to greet Harry when he was hit by Voldemort's Avada Kedavra. So it's just like, I quite like that theory. Whether there's anything to it or not, I don't know, but it's quite a nice one. Next question is, what is your favourite magical creature? Another tough one. There's so many cute creatures, and then there's so many creatures that are actually really useful. But I think I'm going to go with the Niffler. They're so cute. And who wouldn't want a little creature that collects gold? I'm not getting very far with this working on my whip. This, again, is because I can't talk and work at the same time. So there's only a couple more questions left. What place in the Wizarding World would you like to visit? Well, Hogwarts is going to be the obvious choice, but I would quite like to visit Diagon Alley. Like, there's so many different shops that have little parts of the Wizarding World in them. I just think it'd be quite nice to go and have a trip around there. Question 18. When did you first become a fan? Ooh, I would say I was first interested and kind of, I guess, become a fan. Could you really call it that? When I was like 6 or 7? I can't remember, around that age. It was not long after the first film came out, which I think was 2001 off the top of my head. I have a really bad memory when it comes to like dates and things. So yeah, 6 or 7, and then absolutely loved the film. Wasn't really aware that there were books. I was introduced to it by a friend of the family, and they were very much all film, don't read books kind of people. And being 6 or 7, I did not think to myself, oh, I wonder if there's a book for this. I just accepted that it was a film. Obviously, as I got older and was still absolutely loving it, I did realise there were books. But by then, I kind of just wanted to see the films before I read anything. So I didn't read any of the books until, I don't know, I think I must have been like 16 or 17 when I read the books. It was very late, and I do wish I'd kind of read them sooner, because it made some things in the film make so much sense. But, oops, I didn't know they existed to start with, and then by the time I did work out for myself that they existed, I kind of was in a I just want to see the films because I've started them phase, I guess. I don't know, teenagers, you know? So what's an interesting fact you know about the making of the movies? Ooh. That is a tough one. I don't know if it's interesting, but it's something that I quite enjoy. Because of my big fear of spiders, I struggle to watch Chamber of Secrets with all the Aragog scenes and all of the spiders and creepy-crawlies. So it reassures me to know that Rupert Grint was actually very scared whilst filming that. I don't know if you know, but Aragog is actually a fully animatronic spider. Big, hairy machine that looks like a spider and walks and looks like it talks, obviously. So Rupert obviously had to stand fairly close to that during filming, and he did not like it. He was genuinely scared, and I think it was in an interview he did, and he was like, the fear on his face is not acting, he was scared. So I enjoy thinking of that when I'm hiding behind my hands because I can't watch the scene. Makes me feel a little bit better. And the final question is, who is your favourite professor? Oh, something just fell down. I will have to say Professor McGonagall. How can you have any other favourite professor? She's funny, she's incredibly clever, and she can turn into a cat. I mean, what more do you want? So that is all of the questions I have based on Harry Potter themes. As I said before, if you want to answer any of them, you can either answer them in the comments or make your own little video answering some of them. Would love to know what your answers are. And as I also said at the start of the video, I do have a few little fun facts about the Wizarding World DP Along event for this year. I say this year as if there's been another one. This is the first year. I will definitely be doing it again next year though, so something to look forward to. So the most popular canvas that is being worked on is the Hogwarts Crest Fine Oddities in black. Including me, there are 6 people doing this one that I've seen. There are 2 people also doing the beige one, which I believe was an Amazon exclusive, or still is an Amazon exclusive. But it's quite a nice one. We can't get the Amazon kits in the UK, so I just have the black one, but it does look very nice. There are also 35 different canvases being worked on in total across everyone that's entered for the event so far, which is crazy. There's so many kits that I didn't even know some of these existed, and they all look so good. I'm very excited to start seeing progress and finishes and things like that. And finally, the last fact, we currently have 49 people signed up for the event, which may not seem a lot to some people considering other events that have got hundreds of people participating. But I don't have the biggest following, and this is the first time I've hosted something, so I was only expecting about 35 people. So to have 49 people signed up already is absolutely amazing, and I honestly can't thank you all enough. I have noticed that some people have posted start photos but have not filled out the entry form yet. So if you are one of those people, make sure you fill out the entry form. Everything will be linked in the description. Providing you are working on a license kit and you have plans to aim to complete at least 45 by 45 centimetre area, you will be entered into the halfway prize draw. So make sure you fill that out before next week, I guess. I can't remember the date. 16th? Be entered into the halfway prize draw. Once you've finished that 45 by 45 centimetre area, or the equivalent, because of course you can make it up over 2 canvases, or if you're doing a large canvas and you finish the whole thing, then you've probably completed a larger area than 45 by 45. Or like this one is 56 centimetres wide, so you could do all the way across, but then only do, I think it works out at about 36 centimetres down. Should be doing 56 by 36. However it works out, as long as you've got that equivalent area completed, make sure you fill out the exit form. And then at the end of the event, you'll be entered into the draw for the prizes at the end. There will be a lot more information about the end of event prizes in the next couple of videos though, so don't have to worry about that too much. Just make sure you get that entry form filled in for now. And make sure you have posted your start photo as well. Oopsie. So your start photo needs to be a photo of your blank canvas before you've put any drawers on it. And then you have to have a piece of paper with the word wizard written on it somewhere in the photo. That was the keyword that we used for the event, just to make sure people were starting when they said they were and not starting beforehand. Oh, I missed some of the plus. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. I did not get a lot of this completed. How long's it been? About half an hour. Yeah. I can usually do a lot more than that if I'm not talking. So I will leave links to everything about the event down in the description. So the event Google document, which has the Facebook group link, entry form link, and all of our sponsor links, I will put down in the description of the video. If you want more information about the event rules and things like that, you can check the past couple of videos I've done. The last one also says a little bit more about our sponsors and how they're supporting us for the event. There are posts going up throughout the course of the month with what they're doing to support us too. So I think that's everything. I am going to finish the rest of this section and then probably go have a hot chocolate or something. I'm not sure. It's kind of a rainy day today. I can't wait to see all of your progress posts. I'm loving what I've seen already. So yeah, that's everything from me. If you have liked this very rambly video, give it a thumbs up. That helped me out. Drop a comment down below with some of the answers to those questions, as I said. I would love to see how you answer some of them. And I will be back again next week for the halfway video and those halfway prizes. If you're not already subscribed, give that little button a click. We'll let you know when I next upload. Thanks for watching. Bye.